Hello, DayZ World. I'm the Greedy Peasant, and welcome to the Peasant Podcast. Get comfortable as we sit by the fire and chat everything DayZ. We are live from the TGP minigame server with the podcast team. TikTok creator Smiley's Got a Gun, long-term DayZ console player ADKQ, and chat controller and security Queen Peasant. Of course, we have the DayZ community here as well. Here at TPP, we want to hear what you have to say, so drop your thoughts and your opinions in chat. This podcast gives the voice to the DayZ console people, so welcome everybody to the Peasants Podcast. Welcome everybody to the podcast. We are live from the TGP studio, kicking it back. A couple of absolutely legendary people from the community. First of all, on my right, we have our standard thug for the podcast, Mr. ADKQ. Welcome, Mr. Q.
Good morning, everyone.
And a special guest today, filling in for Smiley's Got a Gun, is Lady Ponce. Hello, Lady Ponce.
Hi.
We appreciate you coming in and doing our co-host substitution.
I ain't gonna do Smiley any justice.
That's fine.
I'll offer all the right places.
That's all right. We'll train you up and we'll keep you as a permanent host. We'll get rid of Smiley.
I thought you were going to say as a permanent pet. I was like, what?
Yeah, well, as a podcast pet, just let you wander around the stage, shitting in the corner.
I would prefer quack, 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 quack.
That's it. We get some duck happening. The duckies. All right, in the chat today we have Mr. Bearded Twig. Hello, good sir. Big raid from Ninja Neck. Ninja, we had on the show last week. This video should be out today. The Dark Gnome's here, another Xbox DayZ streamer. Plenty of love. Mr. Brandon the Great from NL1. How you doing, sir? But welcome, everybody. We're here at the Peasants Podcast every week to talk about the game we all love, where the game's heading, the problems, the issues, the good stuff. It's all in there. Plus to give you guys a voice out there in the community. To kick off the podcast, we're going to start with our server news and info. So, server news and info, we usually jump through and talk about multiple servers. Right. So, new servers and updates. Medieval Legacy RP. We offer an interesting and original server for players interested in the Medieval DayZ RP for Xbox. We have a very dedicated and experienced staff team that will put this all together. Here are some of the highlights our server will offer. Unique and realistic systems for medieval battle tactics, like conquests, siege, raids, crusades, open field battles. These include allowing players to build siege towers and much more. Custom and astonishing arena events like naval combat, tournaments and duels. We pride ourselves on incorporating a realistic aspect of the feudal ages. We offer functional medieval society and in-depth lore that correlate with our time period in the 13th century. Custom base locations, armories, gold mines, boatyards, old towns, lore-friendly traders, along with an almost full Chernarus medieval overhaul. Lore-friendly loot system, no infected, infinite stamina, build anywhere, fast travel, jobs and professions. It's called Medieval Legacy. It's coming soon. It's just in the development. This is just recently.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, medieval servers go off. I know that the departure of role players Oasis out of the game now leaves a big gap for the roleplay world. So that's going to be, yeah, he'll be back. He can't handle leaving us. So Another server in the RP world, just newly entered, is enter the frozen realm of Plagueland's Blightfrost, where your destiny is your own. You will rise as a mighty king ruling over the land with an iron fist, or will you toil as a humble peasant, growing crops to survive the brutal winter? Did say farmer, but perhaps you'll march as a hardened soldier defending your people from raiders and the horrors of the Blight. An extensive medieval economy, immersive gameplay, and a rich and modded world. This isn't just survival, this is a true medieval experience, where you can forge alliances, build strongholds, and carve your name into legend. Face off against 14 unique medieval enemies, uncover deep lore, and navigate harsh, unforgiving land where fast travel portals and Plagueland AI brings the world to life like never before. Will you conquer, defend, or simply endure? The choice is yours. Join us today on Xbox and PS. So you can go on both sides of this realm. Let me give you a little shot of their picture. Drop that one. That's Blightfrost. So pretty hectic. Pretty hectic. Where are we? Yeah.
RP servers coming in.
RP really getting the birth with the snow. The snow is really coming out in force when it comes to bringing that RP aspect. I suppose it's something that the RP world hasn't brought themselves into. There's a Discord there.
For the survival RP, I have noticed RP genre is making a bit of a rise lately. There's been quite a few servers coming out. It's good to see.
Good to see. RP is definitely on its rise. People like that little extras on top.
I want to get into that medieval one and belt someone with a mace.
But that sounds cool with the siege towers and shit. That's that first one with the siege. That sounds like a survival RP winter, and the other one sounds like a medieval war server.
Sounds really cool.
100%. For our events, we got Bloodsport weekend this weekend at the Zone. I played the Zone during the week. Oh my god, you want a server that's completely different to DayZ? Runs the same mechanics, but it's just like a plague of infected all the time. Shooting is your very, very, very last resort. So if you want a challenge, get out and check out the Zone. That was hectic, absolutely hectic. We're gonna have a video up on it, our whole little adventure. But yeah, so he's got a Bloodspot event this weekend. Supply stashes have been hidden throughout Northwestern Airfield. Expect company bandits have been seen in the area. And for a 16 slot, it had 10 people on it, so still very well, Spaz.
Oh, wow.
Hey, it's going not too bad, not too bad. But that's all the news and events I've got for this week. Our main subject this week, I've got a little video sent to me. Blightfrost is more mystical medieval, but some of the best mods you will ever see on console. We're actually going to have Faith, the owner, on the podcast, I think, in 3 weeks. And I think she's going to drag her coder on too. And previous to that, when I try and get guests on for the podcast, I'm going to actually play the server during the week so I can get at least a better feel of what it's like and get a better understanding. So we're going to jump in it the week before she jumps on, have a little run through Blightfrost. Yeah, you laugh because you know. So we'll have Faith and Teabag on. Because Teabag's the modder and the mods are phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. to the point that I wanted to
He
steal
makes a
him.
bit of alright, isn't he? He's a bit of alright.
Apparently, he goes all right in the old coding department.
Might have to poach him.
You can go for the poach,
Do you have
eh?
a teabag?
You can go for the poach. He's poachable.
Yeah. Warden said, "Do you want to come play with him?"
Yeah. Today's episode, we are talking about DayZ on Arma Reforger. So, as we all know, our mod that we love, the game that we love, is a mod from Arma Reforger 2 that came on and became standalone. From Arma 2, and now Arma Reforger has brought out a mod for DayZ that's in development. So we've had news on it as we've progressed through the podcast about the map looking all right, and things like that. But I believe this is a completely different map altogether, like a brand new map with a DayZ feel. Now, this is a little video. I'm not going to go through the whole lot because it's 40 minutes long. If you want to have a good look at it, you can do. We're going to play.
And it's new.
We're going to play probably the first 5 minutes or so. This is a video from the Fresh Spawns. They went through and did a whole rundown on it. But this absolutely blew me away. Absolutely blew me away.
Insane. It's definitely insane.
Have you seen this, Lady Ponce?
No.
No?
Oh.
Oh, you're going to love this. You're going to love this.
Oh, nice.
All right. Let's have a look.
Won't believe how far this game has come. This is DayZ, but in the latest infusion engine. You can actually spawn on the coast. You have working stats. You have to eat and drink. You can talk to other players. You can PvP. There are zombies. You can build bases and so much more. This is a DayZ mod built in Arma Reforger, and it's actually very special, and we're excited to show you the future of DayZ. Hello. Okay, we've met up. We've met up. We've spawned in. We've met up. How'd you get a hat? Did you find a hat?
I found a hat on the way here, yeah.
Cool, so that confirms there's loot. That's good news. This is DayZ in Arma Reforger. We've got stats at the bottom right. You may recognize them from DayZ. I think they're actually moving because my drink's gone down. This is amazing. This is fantastic. You spawn in a shirt. You have a knife, some water.
And this is a fully populated server. You'll see some chat in the top left, and we'll hopefully bump into some people.
Yeah, let's say hi.
But I
Hello.
guess for now, we want to loot up and get guns and stuff.
Just heard some gunshots in the distance.
It feels to me a lot like day one of the apocalypse. Everything's very pristine and nice.
Yeah, it also feels like day one of DayZ, the mod. It has that similar feeling of like the old school DayZ. Not DayZ as it was now, but like something about the way you spawn in, and it's just, it's even hard to describe, to be honest. It feels...
It's the beginnings of something.
It feels special. It feels special. I found a t-shirt. Some sort of like Punisher t-shirt, okay. What's that? Pick up. There's stuff in sinks and stuff. You've got to really learn where stuff spawns. It's very different than what you might think. I found a saline. Hang on. How do I talk? Hello?
Found another gun, no ammo.
Hello?
How do you talk? Caps
Hello?
lock.
Hello? There's a man walking down the street, George. Oi,
All right, I'm coming over.
Hey.
You talk to him.
stop. What is this guy doing?
Why?
How do I fight? How do I hit this guy? Oh, I think I know. Middle mouse, maybe? Yeah. Wait.
Oh, you punching?
Middle mouse. I'm on the dock, George.
Who's this?
Oh, he's stabbing me back! He's killed me!
There's a zombie. I've got zombies on me.
I've just been shanked.
And I think I've got a player.
Okay, we died horribly. Turns out it was zombies. not players. The zombies obviously look like us. It makes sense a little bit. I don't know.
Look how nice this looks, though. We're overlooking the same village again, but it just looks incredible.
Yeah, makes sense now.
Do you want me to? Oh, it was shaking my screen.
What are those hands doing? Get out.
They're wings. They're wings.
That's horrid.
Wow, this is cool, though. I can't stop.
Please stop. Please stop. Please, George. I might have to stab you.
I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop.
Oh, God. What am I doing now?
Mate, it's fluid. Whoa. Well, let's get
Alright,
out into
let's see if I
town
can
and
see
get
the part where they get interactive
To have
with the
to eat and
gentleman.
drink very much. Seems pretty...
in.
How do you spell that?
Yak. Come back.
Pick us up.
They know.
So
Should we head that
guns,
way?
the whole
As a-
lot, the whole
as a
kit and
direction.
caboodle.
Well, they could definitely.
Friendly?
Somewhere through here.
I just found a couple weapons in here if you're looking for mags. What you got?
Coming in. Hello, I'm
Alright.
friendly.
What you need?
I found this... Oh, I think I found what you found, the SKS thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll leave it there so you can get a little taste of what it's like. I'll drop the link in the chat, and you can go and watch the whole video. Definitely worth a good watch. It's pretty fucking full on. What it's
That's
actually
really good.
like. Mr. Tripp in the house, hello, good sir. It does have crossplay. You could play crossplay on Arma Reforger. Just our co-host will be back shortly. He's got stick drift, and he walked right off the stage. I try and keep him contained as best as possible. I'm gonna have to put a cage in for him.
Lock him up.
Let's just go up. Let's go up. Go up. Back at you. Yep, there we are. Got the dark. Okay. Is it only PC Reforger? No, it's both. It's Arma Reforger on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. It'll never be the same as DayZ is today. No, it probably won't. But I thought I'd bring it up for the evolutionary factor of the Infusion engine and how DayZ would look if it all swapped across. They do mention in the video about cross-platform, but it may be a server issue. I'm not sure on that one. I want to actually dive in and head across to a different game and check out what it's like, because I think it's very, very interesting. Trip says, I played this map. It looks so cool, but it was a battle mode, not a survival one. Yeah, that was the Chinaris made for Arma. But yeah, better graphics on the actual Infusion engine, as you can see. I'm going to get you a little cage, I swear to God.
It's getting worse and worse, I tell you.
Yeah, I'll get you a new controller.
Mm.
Uh,
I think you might have to invest in a new one.
yep.
Yeah.
T-Bag says, I think it has the same vibe, but I really don't like the characters. They look stupid. Better on DayZ now. Agreed. It's the thing that turned me off Arma Reforger is the clunkiness of the characters themselves. And the robotics. I do like the DayZ style stat icons. I do believe that really looks... That's a good progression to looking like DayZ, because really in the end is we want better performance. So if they swap this game over to Arma Reforger on the Infusion engine, a lot of people will fly that way. And then DayZ will have to either close its doors or start the evolution again. it has infected on it. So there is actual infected that will come and attack you. That's what that person who wouldn't talk to him and he kept running past and then he stabbed and it got into him. That was the infected. Like an
Really?
like an NPC style, because in Arma Reforger you can get NPCs. So they've turned them into, I'm assuming, unarmed NPCs that obviously only attack you when you hype them. If you watch the video,
Normal?
yeah, they look like normal character loadouts. Because there are
Crazy.
no actual infected in Arma Reforger, so that's just somebody improvising. There's vehicles. At one stage of the movie, in the video, they have someone in a car drive past them. But Arma Reforger has helicopters, it's got all the bells and whistles. So all that could be incorporated into the actual maps. And the question mark on crossplay. As I said throughout the video, they say it's crossplay. So anyone from Xbox, PlayStation, whether it's that particular server, whether it's that particular mod for it, no idea. I don't know enough about Arma Reforger. But will the DayZ community be forced to evolve if this mod gets better?
Well, people have got to realise that's where we came from. We came from the exact same foundations as what Reforger has now as the mob, and it just became better and better until the point where they created it standalone. So I think it's only natural that the progression would turn to that.
Yeah, that's what my thinking was. Especially watching the whole video, it looks like very very early days of DayZ starting to birth. Unchuckable said Arma is awesome, and yet the Dark Gnome said Arma 1 out of 10. Ooh.
So everybody has mixed reviews on Arma. I talked to Yachty quite a lot. We've lost him to Arma. He hardly plays DayZ now.
Yep. And is it
Want to know my views on Arma?
Yeah, have you played much of Arma, Lady Pons?
I have it downloaded. I have never actually played any. I went to go on it once, got confused by the starting bit, and I was just like, nope, I'll go back to DayZ where it's easy and I know what I'm doing.
Yep, that may deflect a lot of players to coming back to DayZ, because it is, when I played it when it first started, it was good on the shooting, but it was very clunky. It was very robotic. The mechanics of sorting through your inventory was difficult. You had to sort of unbutton your shirt and get into your briefs to be able to find your med pack. I have seen a lot of videos starting to come out on it for boot camps and early, starting off a new player, 10 top tips for new players on Arma Reforger. But there is a lot of conflict between people liking it and not liking it. T-Bag says the servers on DayZ mod are pretty full already, and it faces it. It's not Arma players filling them up. It's DayZ players going to check it out. Yeah, so it's not Arma players playing the DayZ mods. It's the DayZ people coming across. Oh, you were asking 1 out of 10. Oh, for me, it's only been about a 4, but I haven't played it much. Anyone else wants to put up a rate, and especially for those who have had a crack at it and had a look. Twig says, I have it on Xbox, never played it either. Um,
I just don't have the mental capacity to sit there and read everything that's on the screen. I'm just like, well, that's too much. I think I'll bow out.
yeah, fair
I
enough.
don't have to think when I'm playing DayZ because I've played it for that long.
Because you're
I
that
know
lot.
what I'm doing.
It's just a second nature. It's like driving a car,
Yeah,
riding a
I
bike.
don't even have to think about what server. I just literally, me fingers do the work for me on my controller. Don't even have to think.
Uh,
No.
the Unchunkable says it has a learning curve, but fun when you get it down. There you go, Q.
There is also the same problem that we were talking about a few weeks ago about Reforger, is downloading the mods is going to take you 4 hours. Then you're more than likely
Ugh.
sitting in a server queue for an hour, especially if they're
Oh
full.
shit! So you gotta actually
That's like
download the
DayZ
mods and
PC
stuff.
though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and from what Yachty was telling me, the mods take fucking ages to download.
But once you've got them, that's it. You could just go in and out. Can you just blanket download every mod? Or will it fill your fucking Xbox?
Yeah, I think it'll fill your Xbox real fast.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd have to see. I don't have like an external hard drive, so I would have to literally get rid of every single game on my Xbox just to play one game. Arma Reforger.
You have to swap out.
Yeah. Oh, I just no. I think I might take it off my Xbox, to be honest. It's just sitting there catching dust, poor game.
Dark Knight
Would you take
says
it off once, or would you leave it on there, download the mods just to go for a run through the DayZ mod to see what it was like? Or are you just completely not interested?
It's not that I'm not interested. It's just, say, I don't have the mental capacity to sit there and read stuff, Q. So I would literally have to just have somebody who's played it before tell me what I need to do.
yeah, need a guide.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
someone who knows what they're doing.
but even still, even with me, I mean, I played at the very start of Arma Reforger where you just logged on to these shitty little maps where you picked between, 4 or 5 different classes and you just fought across the map. I haven't played it for a very long time, so I too would need someone to hold my hand and sort of, be willing to put up to my questions like, how do you kill this thing? It's killing me.
We'll have to pick on Trip. Trip's been on it. We'll have to pick on Trip. Trip
Yeah.
will come and show us what to do.
100%. There you go, Trip. Lined up for escorts. Just tell us your
You're on the other
price,
side,
and ours for the night. Northern, welcome. Gnome says you'll have to show us. So it sounds like the Unchunkable is our guided tour. A twig hits the download the button. Hear that, lady? Yeah, it's probably the worst part. The worst part is the inventory. Scale just put up a vid about how to install and set up the DayZ mod on a private server. Ooh. Scale Speed has been absolutely diving into the Arma Reforger world, especially setting up mods, placing stuff, the whole modding side of it, exactly like he did for DayZ. So everyone, if you haven't checked it out, Scale Speeder Gaming on YouTube, you're able to get everything. It's pretty good now. Sounds like a lot different at launch. It was. I mean, to be honest, I've only played the 4-hour trial of it that you got when you downloaded it. And we flogged it around, and it was quite funny, playing with the crew and bashing about, not having a clue of what's going on. But yeah, it turned me off because it was clunky. You couldn't get stuff out of people's inventories. Well, I didn't know how. Yeah. Question is would you give it a go? All the mods and stuff. I'll try and find that video of how to install and set up the DayZ mods on a private server. Because I might try and get one going and give it a test run. Maybe we could do the podcast from a different world. You said it to you now. Cheers.
Well, you see, there is one reason why I haven't gone back, is because Forge is fucking expensive.
What
And
it-
I don't want to pay for a game that I may not like.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the other thing that I'm looking at. Like, I am heavily addicted to the game we are currently sitting in.
That's right.
Even if
If it was Game Pass, it's down.
yeah, it's not on Game Pass.
Surprisingly, no.
Wow.
Oh no, it's not. You have to purchase it. I was really cheesed off. Like, what one of my friends said, "Oh, download it." I was like, "Oh, okay," thinking it would be on um Game Pass, and I was like, "Are you gonna come and play this with me?" And they were like, "Yeah, yeah." And they never did. So I wasted money on a game. And literally, I've got a friend. So
Wow.
yeah.
You got DayZ suckered like a lot of us do. Yeah, come play this game. It's the greatest game ever. And you jump in and go, oh yeah, it's all right. Nah, I'm sick of it. I want to get off it. And you're stuck in the addiction by yourself.
I've tried to get my brothers to download DayZ because I think they would love it, and they both told me no, and I'm like, why? Just download it. So me younger brother did, and he come running around, and I was like telling him how to do everything, and he just turned around to me and he was like, sis, you are the worst person to try and help someone learn DayZ. I was like, I'm not. I literally hosted a server on, new people to DayZ and like help them get the bearings on the game. And he was like, "You shit." I was like, "Thanks." Spoken with love.
But you
You
could
can really rely on them.
it'd be now the point of going to those servers and finding those people. Because I have seen a few people, I think Trip was telling me that when he gets on the Arma Reforger and belts around, he's just like, yep, hello, I welcome, I got no idea what I'm doing, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Because, the people that are already on there are very strategized, very war-driven. They run their squads. They run how that is. They run in ranks.
Yeah, but imagine someone like me, a female, going into a game like that and saying, "Oh, can you help me? I don't know what I'm doing on this game." They're going to automatically think this is a trap. I'm not walking into that one. You know what I mean? And you'll be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, yes, because that's how we used to bait back in Skinwalker days.
Oh, I've already done stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing. Poof.
use the opposite gender to infiltrate factions because they're more willing to accept it and less distrusting. Black Widows. Yeah.
Out there for the
Arma's more of a milsim style game. It is very, very military based. Very military based. So I'm gonna have to go and check this out and give a report back. Because it's just crazy. Definitely get out there, watch that video, check out some of the other videos, especially on Scale Speeder. And yeah, well, hopefully we can watch the progression of this DayZ game do a whole full circle.
I don't know if you have actually seen the progression of it so far, like the mod, because the mod where it came out a good 6-8 months ago.
Yep.
And it's just slowly progressed and progressed and progressed. It started off where you did have the food and water apple there, but it didn't work at all. And then they just slowly, it's been well worked on.
Yeah, it's like the bloke who was making the Chinaris map. I don't know if the Chinaris map's still up and around. But the map that he had wasn't Chernarus. It was a completely custom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. It gives it a new game feel. You know, if DayZ 2 ever was to come out, that's what I would expect to have. You know, no one wants DayZ 2 and Chernarus.
Fuck no. No. I think there'd be an uproar if they just went, okay, here's DayZ 2. It's got the new engine with Chernarus and Livonia. We're like, I'll just stick to DayZ 1 till you bring out some new maps.
We know our devs, all right? We know how lazy they can be. We're not put it past them to do that.
Yeah.
I've
So,
been playing it for so many years. Want something new, thanks.
and I think that's the only way you could get it across is to bring out a new map, bring out a new, a fresh look at it. We'll definitely be keeping a track on it because it is, as I said, it's how this one evolved. Ooh. Just sent you a link to all the dev pages with all the dependencies.
Have they also got a guide on how to play Arma Reforger yet?
Yeah, I saw. I did see one. A guide for. It's called Boot Camp, Arma Reforger Boot Camp. Gives you all the rundown on how the boot camp runs, how not the boot camp, but how how to move, how to shake, how to do the dances. I like the dances, but that was cool. Sitting there doing Gundam style.
I'm more talking on how to get into an actual game, not do anything about.
Oh, you're talking about like how to load into an Arma Reforger server. Scale speeder.
Yeah.
Scale speeder.
Oh, I'm gonna go and stalk his YouTube, I think.
Yep. Maybe I need to drag him. I'm going to try and drag him on to come and talk about it because he's hell in depth of Arma Reforger.
Yeah, I think you should. Send him a nice message. Tell him we love him lots.
Okay, so that's the... age verification. Yep, that'll do. Oh, fuck. Well, I can't go into that yet because I've got to sign up for whatever that is. Apparently I can't do today's date as my age verification. But I'll dive into that afterwards. Good. There's a dev changes. Here's the link for that. If you want to see some of the stuff that all the workshop and the lead ups and that, all the information on the DayZ mod, that's it all there. So hectic. Looking forward to seeing the progression. That's all I want to see. Is it going to get to a point that there is no excuse to bring, the new engine across and spice up our game that looks so beautiful, even with a semi-purple sky and the blue on top. It's very pretty up here.
Yeah, it's nice up here. But I got a bag on the engine that we have now because it does run very well. For a really, really old engine, we still get a lot out of it.
Facts. And I think
I'm not getting a lot out of it today.
No, you're not liking my server, are you?
Look, but
I mean,
for-
personally, I love it, but today it's just not feeling my presence.
One of the other things I wanted to bring up was the migration that's just currently happening. Does anyone know about migration? So, notice from Nitrado, we are migrating our LA data center from February 25th to 28th to improve server performance. Downtime is expected February 26 and 7 from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. PST, with possible brief interruptions on February 25th and 28th. Here are some of the important details. Game switching, upgrades, downgrades, and reinstallation may not function properly, so it's best to avoid these actions during migration. In other words, don't touch your bloody server.
Hold up, hang on. Isn't that date the same day as the update releases?
Yes.
Oh.
Guess who has LA servers?
Oh, shit.
The fucker, the
I'm
peasant.
doing Oh, your life is gonna be so stressful.
No, it's not. I'm just going to switch the bastards off and I'll restart them on Friday. That's it. Services may be down for up to 2 days. No new backups will be created, but existing backups as of February 25th will remain available. Game-generated saves will not continue to be created as usual, provided the server is operational. The get restore backup page may be temporarily appear empty, but backups are intact. To show our appreciation for your flexibility, we have added 2 extra days of runtime to all affected services after the migration is complete. If you have any questions, please hit our support team. So, anyone with LA servers, play on LA servers next week, you will find that they will disappear for a couple of days and then come back.
Oh,
So,
God. As if the servers haven't had enough fucking
well,
drama and stress and outages lately.
my question is was the LA data center the weak point to where the hackers got into? And maybe it was the outdated shit that they hadn't touched. And now that the hackers got in and took control of everything, they've had to upgrade everything.
Yeah, well, that
Possible.
would make sense.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that,
Really
that was my first indication. Was the breach at the LA data?
Possible.
Because usually
The-
main controllers like that are in North America.
Yeah,
but I'm
they're
not
laying
sh-
heavy focus on that one earlier, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's where all the servers got knocked out of. Conspiracies. Yeah, we're still investigating you fuck up because you haven't released this is what it was. We're going to find out the truth and we'll let you people know. PI greedy
UFOs
at your
exist.
service. That's it. We will find out. Yep, but that's my little rants. Mr. Q, do you have any business?
A little bit, yeah. So, the update. And the update mainly focused on Sakau.
Yep.
Do we think Sakau will now be playable because they've added a few more things in and it's going to bring the player numbers back to it? Or is it going to be people who jump in for one run and then be like, yep, okay, I've seen it. We're out of Sakau now again.
Yeah, I think the heavy focus won't be bunker runs for the VSD, except if your name is 80KQ. I think the focus will be Chernara Sparkplug, Sakau hop over, boat, straight to the island, grab the keys, look for lock crates, log off.
And so, but do you think that that run will be done multiple times? Do we think that that's just going to be people who go do it once to experience it, and then that's it? They'll move back to Chernarus again.
Yeah. Although I must admit, from last week to this week, Sakau numbers have picked up. Their servers were on Xbox, were quite high, a couple of high pops, and that's 20 to 30 range on most. Not as big as Chernarus and Livonia still. But will people go back? Well, I'll go for a look, but as a server owner, I won't invest. And
No.
it goes down to the Chernarus Livonia conundrum we used to have. you wouldn't pick Livonia because it was a DLC, more people on Game Pass, more people in your server. End of story.
Yep. The way I look at it is, I probably won't go and play it because the two things that I'm really interested in that they're adding, well, the most interesting things apart from repairing things different, is the VSD and the containers. Now I've got a feeling that those containers will end up in Hunger Games in the week after that anyway.
Easy.
And the VSD will be there for the taking. So why would I go play it on Sakau, which I find annoying to play, rather than just wait for my favourite community service to bring them out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Well, actually, Q, you speak like that, you can have a VSD next year on the podcast.
I'll sneak you one, Q.
Yeah, have a sneaky one on the back of the chair so Bruv don't know, and you can just pull it out and shoot her when we finish the show. But you are right. We are just getting lock crates and a new gun. You can go find it on any community servers out and about. I know community's looking forward to it, especially the console community. Finally, we have color-coded keys that match crates. The key card phenomenon will begin. You should be able to unlock both sides of the crate, so I can see a lot of these keys being used as a double door and then being entered into a custom area rather than just the loot inside the crate. So that's going to be phenomenal. Keycard rooms full of wooden handled VSDs, rider jackets hanging on the wall.
All the goods.
All the quality goods. But,
My problem with it,
there you go.
sorry, my problem with it comes down to the same thing as I was saying the other week. I really don't like the idea that they're pumping all of this work into just Sakau. I mean, yeah, sure, we could experience it over our community servers, but for people that don't own Sakau, their update, all they're getting is a couple of new animations.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not getting, they can't access the new gun. They can't access the new stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
also for the official players, you know?
Yeah, the official
Which-
players.
Which sucks because there is actually a huge amount of people that just play official.
Yeah, I think that population is half and half. I think we're half community servers, half official. Sometimes more official. Yeah.
And it's a
'cause-
shame that the devs are so one-sided on their new baby that they've got to remember not everybody owns it and not everyone can afford to own it.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there's so many people that are just going to feel left out in this update. They really are.
Or even the people that don't know about it. I was rolling through this the other day. Like, how many people just get onto DayZ just to go for that run to piss fart around? Like, how many, don't even care about DLCs, are not going to spend... It's a free game that I can then get maximum entertainment out of. It's like a mobile game. You've got all these... is it looked at to be, hey, get the new map and it'll cost you $40 or play the whole game for free? Is it that sort of feel from some of the younger generation that plays it? Why do I want to buy Sakau? I've got 2 maps here. I get enough entertainment, 4 or 5 hours standing around in cami on ! Laughing my ass off at everything that goes on in there. Sniggling my head off. Hey, Warden. Booty man in the house.
My second part of my news is how many problems are we going to have because almost nobody played experimental this time around, but nobody really will be reporting that many bugs.
Well, we couldn't touch the bugs of the crate. We couldn't touch the bugs of the keys. We couldn't touch the new areas involved. And And from the X feel on Sakao on PC, they don't even like it. They don't even fucking like it. You know, I saw a post, and I was going to comment on it, but I saw a post of someone saying, so, Sakao wasn't the masterpiece it was, and I almost got in there to get a Twitter war going, but I thought, no, behave, greedy. But when you look at it at a perspective of a PC side, no, it's not that important. It's like the other maps that come out. It's the same assets. It's the same stuff. You know, you've got different assets in Namalsk and stuff like that where, you know, and the other maps that they've got where the people have actually imported and made them. But Sakal is not a PC, isn't for the PC players. If they built that directed at PC, they got the wrong picture. Because all they did was make a messy island that's snowy of a map that they already had. For us, it's brand new.
I think for PC, they made a boring version of Nemalisk.
Yeah. Yes. No, the first version of Namalsk. Before it had all the A1, A2, A3, all that, the transport, the suit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. T-Bag says, top maps on PC are Chernarus, Namalsk, and Banov. In that order. I think Scowl more a die-hard DayZ survivor map. I think they tried to combine the play styles on the Namalsk on a larger scale map for the average DayZ player. It's a hard sell as the player base is more PvP orientated now, and it always will be. It's the PUBGers who didn't want the time limit. It's survivalists who wanted a bit more of that gun battle orientated war style. It's the rusters who thought there was no toxicity.
Well, look, we've actually come full circle. It's an Arma mod.
Yeah. It's back to being an Arma mod where the community side of it is, if you get on community servers, put nothing in, hit blank and do players, your top, in your first page, most of them are Conquest, Battle Quest, all those, grab your gear, boosted loot, start fighting each other, maximum guns, maximum gear, maximum protection. Yeah. And that's where the scare of Arma Reforger. If Arma Reforger gets smooth as DayZ and as fluid as DayZ, how much of the player base will DayZ lose?
Especially if the mod becomes,
Yeah.
Right. Why wouldn't you go play this game on something with better graphics and run smoother?
Yep. And have helicopters and fucking Humvees with guns, and like if you have a look on YouTube, you have a look at the guy that the ultimate helicopter pilot on an Arma Reforger. There's a guy there that
you're selling it to me, greedy, but I still can't get past the goddamn first bit.
just button mash. Just button mash. Just button mash until it's done.
It turned it off.
It turned it off. And that was the last time she turned it on. Fuck you, game. Turn off on me.
You know when you're trying to read things and you're like, right, okay, let's press this button. Okay, let's not press this button. Let's press this button. No, that one's not working either. How about this? Well, how about all of them bloody together? You know, when you get frustrated.
Yep, the mash.
Yeah. Turn it off.
Do the controller mash. Oh, shit. But it is definitely going to be interesting after update to see how many people flock to these crates. I'm going to attempt the same run as I did. I'm going to attempt the 3 maps, 1 life, and do the whole run through Takes me about 24 hours, so about 6 streams. But I'm looking forward to seeing what community do with keycard rooms. I think that out of the whole update, I think that is the biggest thing coming out of it. The ability to have keys that you can match to certain rooms, which means I no longer have to use one punch card to be able to access all my bunkers.
Nice.
Yeah, I can scale it out that you have to go to the main bunker, pick up the punch card, find your keys, and then go from there. Movability on the map, I think, is the biggest thing on Sakal. I think once people get a boat, they disappear to the outside worlds. I've been on the main bunker island a few times. It's not as heavily packed anymore. The actual land bridge, no problems at all. I think they should have left the land bridge as is. Big time. Because that's taken away a lot of the, well, where do you want to go camp? Let's go camp the land bridge. Because people want to go to the spots that they'll find people. That's why you find gear players on the coast.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Before we kill it off, Lady Pods, do you have anything you want to bring? You're our guest host for today. Improv guest host. We'll throw you on the spot. Why not?
Guest nuisance, more like it.
Best nuisance?
Nuisance.
You see the cushion behind you? You're exactly like that. Part of the furniture here at TPP.
Part of the furniture. I thought you were going to say nice and snuggly and comfy.
No. The man's watching.
Pretty to look at.
Yeah. That's, the man's watching.
Don't worry about it. He'll just agree with.
Yeah, okay. So I like the cushion, nice and snuggly and good to curl up with and very pretty. With a bit of a tartan feel.
Well, I've got a little something in the works.
Yep.
And I was umming and ahhing about Sakal or Livonia, to be honest.
Yep.
And I was like, I've never really give Livonia a real good go. I've only ever been on and thought, yeah, no, I'm lost. Bye.
Yep.
Switched it off. Went back to Chinaris. So I actually came out with I'll take Chinaris, and I'm slowly developing a nice little project. I think it'll interest you, Q. Of the RP variety.
All right.
Yeah, I decided to send Greedy a message, poke around in his brain, see what was floating, see what he could throw at me and what stuck. So he's actually helped me with an idea, which has created a lore, and yeah, it's just exploded from there.
Starting to evolve. Like DayZ 2, except 1,000 times better.
Yeah, damn straight it is. I made it. So I'm doing all the coding and modding myself, which is it's coming on bit by bit. And I've got a couple of things to implement in the Discord, and hopefully it should be up and running by the end of March.
Oh, I've got a date now. Excellent.
Well, we've got a month.
Yep.
We've got a month at the end of the next month, hopefully. Fingers crossed, all being well.
Well,
so,
you'll definitely have to come back and give us a rundown. You'll be hearing a little bit more from me as I dive my way into it. It's gonna be absolutely wicked. Absolutely wicked.
I've got to so we've got I've come up with a I've got a good friend who I met through Hell's Reach, who's helping me with the lore. His mind, the way it works, is phenomenal.
Yep.
And I pitched the idea to him, and he said, "Right, give me a couple of days, and I'll come back to you with something." And he hasn't let me down at all. He's come back with something epic. So I might send that to you both privately.
Well,
Let you have a little read, see what you think.
definitely do, because then when you give me the okay, I can at least put it up on our server news or our new servers or updated
Yeah.
servers. Yeah, 100%. Get the taste out there.
Of course.
As you've seen, we've got a couple of RP
Yeah.
servers expanding, so get out there and get your RP on, people. You don't have to be
Yeah.
cloak and daggers in the hood. You can RP as a survivor. We RP as a survivor every day of the week that we play DayZ. It's as simple as that. You just got to remember that when it comes to RP, if you don't know it as the character, you can't use the information. And then you get along no problems at all. That's called metagaming.
Yeah. Do you know when I first heard that DayZ had RP servers, I actually thought before trying them, I thought, how cringy is that? And honestly, I was so no Q. I was so close-minded about it. I was like, no, that's cringe fest 101. That, and then I had a little look in your Discord, Greedy, and I was like, do you know what? I've tried every aspect of DayZ. I've played PvE, hosted PvE servers. I've played PvP. I've hosted a PvP server. You know, I've played death matches. I've played all different types of DayZ servers. I thought, last option before I throw this game in the bin, let's try it. And I fell in love with it.
Yep.
Absolutely fell in love with it. And I slapped my past self who thought it was cringy. He was like, you've got no right to say that.
That's it.
And absolutely loved it.
Oh, bloody server.
Here we go.
I fucking changed these bloody auto restarts.
You know, the funny thing about that, Ponce, is there's so many people opinion on RP. They either think it's going to be really boring or it's going to be, as you say, really cringy and shit. But it honestly is not. If you get into a good RP server, it's so immersive.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that people, you won't get everybody, but there'll be some really good characters that dive right into it, that just heavily absorb it.
I've met a lot of people who, you know, absolutely despise campfire RP and, you know, sit around and literally talk and stuff in character, but it's like soft RP. And then I've met some people who are absolutely fiercely, like, honest to God, like, these people could talk to me and I could swear, like, that was the way they are in real life. And then you actually talk to them in real life and they're just cool and you're like, whoa, you were wanting to cut my head off like 5-10 minutes ago.
That's
Honestly,
it.
it's like, you talk to them as people and it's just totally different.
It's like
And
schizophrenia.
It's amazing. Honestly, it really is.
Yeah.
I've had to sit there and think, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The best,
But it's also good fun.
yeah, the best RPer I've come across with will always go hands down to Screw Loose. He's been on our show twice and done two-hour blocks where it's just pure role play. And this is the big thing, the teabag drops. In the playground, in the playgrounds, there's an AI bot in the Discord that narrates the players' stories and the server's lore to make it more immersive. Yeah, it's a game changer. The actual, I believe the story and stuff actually, from what I know, develops inside the AI bot with the players.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's going to be hectic, Blight Frost. I'm really looking forward to that and getting Faith on there. So there's a lot of competition in the RP world, so people get out there and fill those servers up. Give it a try, give it some love. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You can always say, hey, I got no idea how to RP, and a lot of people will just take you by the hand and show you. They want more people in there.
Honestly, I mean, I'm no RP vet, but I can give people some pointers. I can help you on your way, and talk you through some rules of what to do and what not to do. I've actually got in my Discord at the moment like some like some things on what to say instead of like, right, I'm logging off for the night. So you could say, oh, I'm going back to my house and I'm gonna go sleep. You know, if you need to just like log off for 5 minutes, I'm taking a nap, short
That's
nap, and then you're gonna come back. So like I've got like different things you can say, or you
Yep.
can just walk over to the wall and say I'm just going for a piss.
yeah.
It's
Yep.
literally just thinking
Yeah.
about
Outside the
different ways.
box.
Yeah, literally, just different ways you can come up with some things.
That's
You
it.
know,
It's
it's
also
so
very
cool.
funny to hear people speak like that because you're like, you're just logging off. I know what's going on here.
Yeah. And you get to hear like people do different accents and stuff. Like when I first joined Hell's Reach, they were doing like a mini prison series, and oh my God, it was amazing. I went in as a Russian character. I was a absolute. I thought, do you know what? I'll be the cheeky side that Greedy always gets. I'll be an absolute grade A asshole. And I went in, and that's what it was. I was, honestly. And everybody was like, do you know what? You like you are quite good at RP. And
Yeah.
we hate your character
Oh,
so
we hate you.
much.
I just like to. I just like to just say that Lady Punch just unofficially called me an asshole, but and I appreciate you because yes, I do like the RP side. I'm a D&D by heart. Before I got into the world of streaming and stuff like that, I played D&D with my family. So understanding RP in a higher level, you get to push some boundaries. You get to see how people react and how people. I've been chased and hunted down in an RP server as a wanted criminal. Role Players Oasis season 9, season 10. I caused a massive ruckus. Incited one faction into another by accident. Massive shoot up happened. I got into big shit. And then they played it into the server later on. So I came back to have another look at his server, and he's like, this is a wanted criminal. This did the crimes of blah, blah, blah. Hunt him down. Now, because I didn't walk up and formally introduce myself, or no one knew where I was, I went to the main town and walked around. I just didn't talk to anybody. Or let them know who I was. Like two guys are like, oh, you want to come with me? I'm like, no, bud, I'm just looking around. I'm fine. Oh, no, you really got to come down here. And you have a look at his hands. He's got handcuffs. So he knew who I was, but he couldn't make the arrest because he didn't know, his character didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
Very interesting world to RP. All right. Well, that's news done on both sides of the clock. Anyone in chat have anything they would like to drop before we let loose? We're going to go and medieval it up. Ponce versus Q. I'm addicted to pitting my friends together.
You'll get the smack with the mace. You'll
I
get the smack
enjoy
with the
I enjoy
mace.
killing the guests.
That's it. No one's got anything to bring. Oh, Barry. Who's Barry, Queen? Barry.
Barry.
I'll get back to you, Barry. All right, that's it.
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. Let's go. Jump off. Meet you at the medieval suit up with whatever you need.
No! Get back here, Q!
And if anyone can, see if you can climb my only up thing.
Just call me Legolas Ponce.
That's a Legolas Ponce.
no. Oh no, that's you, greedy.
That's it. He's above. That's
It's
it.
only a sausage. Come on.
Ah, I'm coming. Don't you worry.
That's it.
I'm lagging all over the place.
That's
You're gonna hit me and I'm not even gonna know about it.
it.
5 minutes
You won't take any
later.
damage. Just remember to take all your meds. Take your Lady Ponce, take your morphine, and take your epi. Yeah, that's a little trick of the trade when it comes to melee fighting. Yeah, he's a drug-fueled monster. All right, so we got Mr. Q on the bottom of the screen, Lady Ponce at the top of the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our end of TPP bout, where we fight our guests, well, our co-hosts together this time. So, Q, Lady Ponce is a fight to the death. Last man standing wins. No holds barred. Get into it. Let's go. Let's get it on! Mace versus mace. Oh, a little swinging. Oh. Lady is in the chainmail helmet with those sexy elf boots. Q has the Nordic helmet on. Oh.
Soldier, you going down?
Kill him. He'll get straight back up. That's it. Brutalize him. Oh, Q. Q's down. Lady Potts win. Lady Potts win.
Yay!
Man, well done. I'm coming back to murder you now, Ponce.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Log off.
go log off. That's our podcast done and dusted for the day. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Absolutely wicked on the feedbacks and the discussions. Can't believe I lost the Lady Ponce. I'm going to have to come in with the pitchfork and show her how it's done.
Hold on. I'll
Good luck.
take you on and all.
But we're going to have to kick out a raid. Who are we going to raid to? Yeah, come on. The master of the pitchfork, Lady Ponce. How much distance do you get?
Yeah,
Bitch of the mace.
it's the lag is insane with her.
Oh. Oh, dead too. Fuck.
There you go.
Alright, that's it.
Queen, Lady Ponce is picking on us. She's kicking our ass and beating us up.
Hell yeah.
Well, we're going to have to get you back out in the show. I do appreciate you, Lady Ponce, for coming out and filling in for Smiley's Got a Gun. You're an absolute legend.
Anytime.
Absolute legend.
Anytime.